Hey everyone, and welcome to the MinDak Gold and Silver Market Report, brought to you in about 5 minutes or less every week because we know you're busy and we don't want to waste your time. Now, I do have one note before we get started. This is going to be our last video of 2021. The holiday season is here, everyone's busy, so we're just going to call this our swan song for this year. We appreciate you watching and we appreciate all of your business throughout the course of 2021, and we look forward to more, of course, more in 2022. Starting in 2022, our videos are going to be bi-monthly. We think weeklies may be just a little too often, so we're going to spread it out a little bit. Besides, I'm tired of hearing the sound of my own voice, so we look forward to seeing you in 2022. Now with that, let's get to today's gold and silver prices. Gold is at $17.85 an ounce. That's up $8 so far today. Silver is at $22.29 an ounce. That's up 20 cents on the day. And both are up on this morning's inflation numbers. But we'll have more of that in a minute. One thing I wanted to do real quick is follow up on last week's video when I talked about sitting outside the market and trying to snipe the absolute best price and waiting for a dip or a huge price drop in gold and silver to go ahead and enter the market or to buy more. That's a great idea. You should always want to buy the dips. But if we get a really big dip that drives demand worldwide and the shelves are empty, that means premiums are going to go up as the price is going down. So you might not be getting the best deal that you possibly could if you're waiting for a huge drop in price because the premiums are just going to come back up. And I failed to mention that last week. It just goes along with my general theory that you really can't snipe the market. The best time to get into the market is when you have the funds available to buy more gold or silver. That is the best time to buy. Now, let's take a look at what's happening in the news. Inflation, inflation, inflation. Year over year, inflation came in this morning at 6.8%, and wage growth stands at 4.8%. So as long as you don't include cars, housing, food, or energy, it's not so bad, right? Inflation is growing faster than it has in almost 40 years, and wage earners are getting hurt badly. Fact of the matter is, the genie is out of the bottle, and there's no easy way to put it back in. The Fed is probably going to taper. There's lots of talk about taper, and that's a big if the Fed decides to taper in a meaningful way. And what does meaningful mean? Well, that means that they would completely stop all of their asset purchase programs and maybe start reducing their balance sheet, which stands at around $9 trillion. I mean, come on, the economy is so good that we're $30 trillion in debt and the Fed has to buy up $9 trillion worth of assets that nobody else would buy? I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. But the fact of the matter is the inflation genie's out of the bottle. The only way the Fed can try and put it in is to taper. And if they taper and raise interest rates, you know that's going to crash the stock market, just like we saw in December of 2018 when the Fed raised rates a measly 0.5% or 0.75%, whatever it was. The stock market tanked. We saw the Powell pivot that we talked about in our very first video, and then they came back with even more more money printing, which saved the stock market, brought stocks back up. You know that's the game plan of the Fed. They're going to sacrifice the dollar on the altar of the stock market. We said it before, we'll say it again, folks. Just really wanted to drive that point home. On top of that, we have a very real concern about stagflation here in the U.S., but it's not just here in the U.S., it's also worldwide. And given the fact there is no central bank in the world that isn't printing money hand over fist right now, worldwide stagflation is certainly on everyone's radar. Something to keep an eye on going forward. What's going on in the shop? Well, just like you, it's holiday season. We're getting busy. I'm sure you're busy. But if you're looking for a last-minute gift, perhaps the gift that keeps on giving.
It's a 1-year membership in the Jelly of the Month Club.
Oh, God.
Clark, that's the gift that keeps on giving the whole year.
We have lots of gold and silver items that make great last-minute Christmas gifts, and we hope you stop by the shop, just say hello, Merry Christmas, and take a look at what we have to offer. Speaking of the shop, we have 2 locations to serve you, our Fargo, North Dakota store, and also our store in Fountain Hills, Arizona. The phone numbers for both stores are right there on the bottom of the screen. We also have our website on the bottom of the screen in case you want to go check us out. Online, MinDakGold.com. We have an email subscription sign up. If you're not on our regular email list, you're not getting all of the information you could be. So hit our website and sign up for that. One more time, want to wish you and yours a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Don't forget to take a second and subscribe to our channel, and we will see you again in January of 2022. I'm MinDak Jack, and until then, remember, if you can't hold it, you don't own it.